So I'm now in the Trudy ship with captain and crew here.
Okay, so the east, when the shipping lane splits into two, you'll stay to the east of the far right one.
We've got our little Netho stove here, which we cook with. Got our sink here with a fresh water tank. Water and diesel stashed all over the place. And this is yesterday's dinner, which I'm going to eat.
This is my home away from home, inside the engine cover, covered in oil. It's good. It's gotten us where we need to go so far. We're just doing just a bit of a check before we leave, just making sure everything's good. I'm sure it is, but we just replaced a few parts in cans, and I just want to make sure, because I haven't checked it since we left, that everything's all good before we head off on this sort of long leg of the trip. It's much easier to fix stuff when we're not moving than if the boat's smashing around, because that makes me vomit. So yeah, this is our safety chopping board. Stop anyone kicking it. Structural chopping board.
Are you Chief Navigator, Beth? It seems to be that way. What else is... Tyron does it too, actually.
I don't do any.
Morgan doesn't do any because he gets too seasick to read.
GPS, something to do with tides that we don't understand. That's alright.
We need to know.
We don't need to know.
Yeah.
We'll find out when we get there.
So Miss Tilly, how's it been so far?
Oh, great. I'm loving it. For someone that doesn't love being out in the ocean that much. But no, this is a good boat. I think you just like rock with the waves. We called the rock and roll boat.
Is about the boat I need to know before we set sail?
No, you're on with good people, so it's a tiny space, so it's good to have a really great crew of people, so it works. The space works. Probably if you need to go to the toilet, I'd advise doing it before we start moving, because it's a bit of a challenge up here to do anything at all.
So yeah, I'm now in joined with the Freedom Flotilla with 4 ships. So Trudy, Papua, and also Waitara, and also Liberty.
In the covered bag of votes, heave away, all away. We're all in the same boat, heave away, all away. I may be broke, spirit ain't, heave away, all away. Gonna give me some raisins, give me some dates. In the covered bag of votes, heave away, all away. We're all in the same boat, heave away, all away. I may be broke, spirit ain't, gonna give me some raisins, give me some dates.
Defense military prepare for send Navy and Air Force to protect Indonesian territory. That's including mainland and also seawater, to block Freedom Flotilla entrance to Merauke. So by the act that they show that they are real colonial, and in this era of modern, what they call, new colonialism is this real now. If they are smart, they send peacemaking to wait us in border, to show the world that Indonesia is a real democratic country, like what they announce, and also very humanitarian country. So this opposite.
Couple more days, I think. 2 or 3 more days like this. It's good. Means we can cover good ground.
Yes.
In our slow boat.
Yes. That's right.
Yeah.
Slow but perfect and exactly.
Yeah.
We're going.
We get there.
Yes. Yesterday they ran a peace rally to support Flotilla, Freedom Flotilla. So same time with Melbourne, and today also in West Papua they ran peace rally to support Freedom Flotilla. Again, we think about our journey to West Papua now. So now I'm in the ship Trudy. I'm the U.S. Captain and
I wouldn't say I'm captain.
teamwork here.
But yeah, teamwork, definitely. I feel really proud that you wanted to come onto this boat. I was really happy when you said it felt good.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely important that you've come and that you're coming, and we feel we were really felt very proud that you wanted to come on our boat, you know. It's not the most comfortable. You definitely would have had a more comfortable ride on one of the others. So.
No, I choose this because I want to feel, how people they're in very difficult in this boat, and also I feel comfortable because you also Tyre, Bev, Tali, and also our share. I feel comfortable because I look you in here strong, friend here. So I never scared. And now my friend Tyre in here, he's always sit with with his line, fishing line, and we got fish.
Yeah.
So I choose this
you've
because
broken our fishing curse as well. That's the other bonus.
Good luck having you on board.
Yeah, it is.
yeah,
Do you want to tell us how you got this boat?
Was just, we've been looking into it. I actually sent an email to Pat going, I'm thinking of buying a big tinny to take on this journey because we don't know how to sail. Be easy. I know tinnies are pretty easy to drive. And he's like, it's good in theory, but one or two big waves and a tinny will probably sink. So why don't you get yourself a sailboat? Sailing's not that hard. I've been sort of half looking on eBay and Gumtree and stuff like that, just trying to see what the range of what was available is. And then I just saw this one that was cheap, and I was just at a friend's barbecue in the Blue Mountains, and it came up on my phone, a reminder saying the auction was going to end in 5 minutes, and no one had bid on it. It was like $3,000. So I think I tried to call you, Izzy, and then tried to get Oliver or Pat's number to see if they could have a look at it online quickly. But in the end, I was just like, I just had a good feeling about it. So we bid on it, and turned out Pat went and had a look at it and was like, it's actually not too bad. Could probably do it. So we got it, but it was all just sort of felt all right about it. Had a good feeling, so I thought we'll go with it.
Great.
It's worked out pretty good. I think we could have done a lot worse for our $3,000.
The funny thing was, Tyrone was sitting in my lounge room not so long ago, and we were talking a lot about this, but I didn't really know or think that he'd come, and here he is. So that was an exciting surprise.
Well, I sort of said I'd come on Pog Mahone if you needed crew, but there was hundreds of people saying they wanted to come on Pog Mahone, and so I thought I didn't want to take a place that would be for someone that had been working on the campaign for longer, or West Papuans, or traditional owners of Australia that had reasons that they wanted to go on the voyage. But then I was just talking to Morgan and heard that he'd got this boat, and was chatting with him and saying, do you want a hand bringing it up from Brisbane to Cairns? I'm ankle deep in concrete in Melbourne right now, but I can probably be up in about 2 weeks if you think you could do with another crew member. And Morgan said, yeah, that'd be a great idea.
No one else wanted to come on. Everyone thought we were crazy.
I've done a little bit of sailing before this, and I feel really strongly about the situation of Aboriginal people in Australia, especially some of the disgusting things I've seen of the NT occupation, otherwise known as the intervention, and feel strongly about Australia's immoral involvement in what's going on in West Papua. Like, they're acting like it's just this really unfortunate thing that's happening just over their borders, and it's out of their hands, don't want to interfere with another country's sovereignty and don't want to get too involved or mess up the waters of diplomacy or anything, but they're the ones that are funding the Indonesian military. It's within Australian power to stop this genocide and to send a strong message to the Indonesian military that what they're doing is unacceptable. If they say they'll withdraw the millions of dollars of support that they're giving to the Indonesian army, then it's a really, really strong message that what they're doing is unacceptable, instead of just allowing it to happen, which is what they're doing at the moment, and being complicit by supplying the weapons and the training for what's little more than death and rape squads in West Papua. If another country was doing this to Australia, you can imagine what would happen. So yeah, I feel really strongly about it, and it's been a pleasure to meet Jacob and the other West Papuans and the asylum seekers that have made it here, and I feel privileged to be on this journey, and it's been a hell of a ride so far.
Free West Papua. So I'm so happy on behalf of the people of West Papua. We're so happy because we have a great, Australian friends here. They're still young. You're still young, but you're so strong to help your close neighbor. I do believe that what you're doing today, you will look the result tomorrow. It will real. So thank you so much for all Freedom Flotilla crew. Now in 4 ship, 4 boat. Although we are challenged by the wind and the rough sea, but that's already give the picture that you will win, the rough military or strong military from Indonesia, because you come with your noble heart, not come with gun, not come with bomb or navy or airplane warship, but you come with your noble heart. You will win the battlefield. Beautiful.
Hey, Miss Beth.
Hi.
How did you end up on this wild mission?
Well, I was considering going, but I thought I'd be more on the land convoy until Morgan bid on a boat on eBay and we decided to become sailors. And I was freaking out a bit at first because I thought that we didn't know anything about sailing, and I thought it was absolutely crazy. But yeah, ever since we've hit the water, I've really loved it, and I think it's it's been such an amazing journey. And I think it was more challenging before we met up with everyone on the flotilla, because we felt like we were all alone out there on the ocean, not being in contact with anyone. But yeah, since we hooked up with everyone in Townsville, it's been really good to get connected with the journey again, and getting to know Jacob and all the Papuans that are on the trip.
So, you were at the airport in Cairns about to get on a plane to Melbourne. What happened?
I was. Well, after a couple of pints of cider at the Cairns Airport Beer Garden, I went to board my plane and I saw you, and I decided that it was probably a good idea to stay, and I definitely have no regrets. This has been the most amazing 6 days sailing from Cairns to the Flinders Island group. So definitely no regrets. Obviously sailing at the high seas is a bit challenging sometimes for a land person. I'm definitely a land person. But it's for an amazing cause, and people, got to get out there and do it. And I think that it's achieving so much while we sail along, and definitely proud to be a part of it. And it's time to rock and roll.
Cool. So what's happening now, guys?
I reckon we go.
Yeah, it's
must be
ready.
time to
We're
go.
ready.
Trudy's our home. We've been on it for nearly 2 months now.
Yeah.
Well, Beth and Morgan have been on for longer. Must be time to take her home somewhere.
We're ready to rock and roll on the sea.